Hi, everybody. Sam Kavaris in the Gate Sports Update. Don't forget, Gate Gas, bought from a nationally reputable firm, run by local people, started by local folks, and of course, safe, convenient, well-lit, clean, all that at your local Gate store. Yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Tom Coughlin today and Shad Khan's decision to, as he said, relieve him of his duties last night. Shad kept that pretty close to the vest because he said he was going to make this change at the end of the year. But after the NFLPA came out and said that Coughlin once again had violated the rules in terms of off-season and what they're doing in the off-season and what the Jaguars were requiring players to do in the off-season when it comes to their rehabilitation, and they had to give $700,000 of fines back to Dante Fowler, I think that Shad really didn't have much of a choice at that point. Specifically because at the end of that particular memo from the NFLPA, the Players Association, they said you might want to consider this when you are choosing your next team. I mean, how do you operate in an environment with 31 other competitors when the association for the players says basically don't go there? Well, you can't do that. And obviously Tom Coughlin was the culprit in this situation. Happened before with Jared Odrick, too. I mean, this is not a new thing. And Tom knows the rules and just decided that these were the rules that he felt like need to be implemented. And in the end, it cost him his job. You know, I feel bad for Coughlin on one hand. Many of you know that I know him well, obviously, from his first stint here. But not just as a coach, but also as a dad. His youngest daughter and my oldest daughter were best friends in high school. So I got to talk to him a lot about what our daughters are up to, as you would with another dad with a daughter who, as high school girls, you know, were doing whatever they were up to. So, you know, I saw him in one case like that, and then I saw him in a lot of other cases as the head coach, and then in this regard, the football czar, the administrator, the executive vice president of the Jaguars. For him, very easy to separate those two things. Same thing with the J Fund, which he will be forever known as. But I just think that you've got to understand what's going on and the changes that happen in the league. When Coughlin was fired by Wayne Weaver, one of the reasons was he refused to give up the general manager role, which he had both when he was with the Jaguars. When he was out of football for that year, one of the reasons he didn't get a new job right away is because he wanted to have control over the personnel. When he went to go to the Giants, they said, no, you're not going to run the personnel. Ernie Accorsi is going to run that. You'll have a role in that, but Ernie is our general manager. So you have to kind of move forward with the shifting nature, certainly, of the game. And as I've said many times in the last couple of weeks, I feel like the Jaguars were being built to win a Super Bowl sometime in the early 2000s. Well, the game changed literally in the last 5 years again, with quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and even Aaron Rodgers changing how offenses are getting the job done with more points and the way that the game is particularly played. Tom didn't want to do that. He wanted to run the football and obviously defend the run and have play action. So Shad Khan's got some decisions to make. He's got to move forward. Where will he go? No doubt he is already talking to a lot of his friends in the league, whether it's Jerry Jones or other owners, about who he can lean on to find a new person to run and lead the franchise. It doesn't necessarily mean that Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell are out of a job, but if somebody new comes in, they're probably going to want to bring their own people. So, helicopter headed to NAS Jacks, by the way. So it'll be interesting to see how the Jaguars develop, what the next steps are. But at this point, the Coughlin era, for the second time, is once again over for here and the Jacksonville Jaguars. More updates as the week goes on. The Jaguars are going to play the Falcons on Sunday. We'll talk more about that coming up. For now, I'm Sam Kavaris, and that is the Gate Sports Update.